Great. So, hi everyone. Really glad you guys have been able to join this evening. So, however your week is going, however your day is going, however the last hour has been for you, I want to give you this opportunity now just to switch off from it all, to get a sense of relaxation, a little bit of pause, and maybe even just a chance to step back completely and feel at ease, feel relaxed. So I want you to start lying down on your back for me today and just rest there. So beginning the way that we often end in Shavasana, and maybe you have something nearby to make you more comfortable, a pillow or a blanket. You're happy as you are, so that's fine. And we're just going to spend the first couple of minutes here lying comfortably. And I just want us to bring down the pace of the body, the pace of the breath. We're going to use today's practice to bring ourselves into parasympathetic state. This is our rest and digest, our relaxation mode. It's one half of our entire being. So in yoga, we have channels of energy that run through the body. We have the fiery, the energetic, the running around like headless chickens, the speed. And then we have the slow, the gentle, the ease. And this comes across as what we call nadis, so channels of energies that weave around your body. For thousands of years, the idea of nadis and energy channels through the body were considered a way of understanding the two different types of energy we all have. There's two sides of the coin. Modern day science understands this as our parasympathetic and our sympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic, the rest and digest, the calming, the ease, the slow. And then the sympathetic is the fiery, the fight or flight, the need to protect ourselves. I'm sure you'll know which side we tend to be biased towards in our lives. This isn't a new problem. Whatever we're led to believe, this isn't something that's come about because of the way that we digest information. Actually, for hundreds of years, for thousands of years, humans have been trying to solve the answer of how you balance those two types of energy. And at some point, somebody decided that yoga would be a good way to try. So we have two types of yoga. We've got our fiery, our power, our vinyasa, our flow. And then we've got our gentle restorative. We've got our rest and digestive. Our slow. So starting off with that slow today. Allowing the body to completely relax and settle here in this state of ease, this state of comfort. Lying softly on the ground. Everything switching off and relaxing. Whole body. Slowing down. And as you slow here, I want us to place left hand onto the chest and right hand onto the belly. Your elbows are just dropping out to the side, nice and relaxed, so they should be able to reach down onto the ground or If not, they should be able to float quite comfortably. So no stress, no strain to hold your arms in this position. Everything about comfort and ease. And I want you to begin to tune into the breath here. And just slow everything down. All those thoughts that might be running through your mind. And just focus on your breath as it slowly draws in. And slowly draws out. And then just continue like this with this steady breath. Left hand on the chest. And just notice how that left hand can rise and fall with your breath. Right hand on your belly. And perhaps breath reaching all the way down to help that hand rise and fall. And just keep the breath steady, slow, easy. No force or effort. Simple breath. Feeling the rise and fall. Tuning into that breath. That rhythm of life within you. That's what breath is. It's the thing that keeps us living. It's our prana, our life force that gives us all of our energy that we need to continue with our days. Taking these deep rounds of breath in, feeling those hands rise. And as you let that breath go, feel the hands fall. Rise and fall. Slow and steady. Tuning into your natural rhythm of breath. Once you've taken just a couple more rounds, I'd like you to begin to slide your feet in onto the mat. With the feet about the distance of your hips, and then your knees are dropping together. And then from here, we're going to just start to feel the whole of the back lining up on the floor. So taking out that natural curve in your spine. You might even lift your hips slightly, lining back down. And then keeping the hands on the chest and the belly. Just to gently feel that breath now moving into the back. And might involve just a gentle bit of pressure coming through the belly now. As you inhale, feel the back pressing down as if you're breathing into your back. And then release. A few more like this. Inhale into the whole of the torso now. And release. Inhale. Exhale, release. A few more. Inhale. Exhale to release. Inhale. And exhaling last 2 times. Breathing deeply. Steadily into the back. And then gently, we're going to reach the arms now. All the way up over the head and take a really long stretch behind you. Reaching those arms as far away as they go. Right, and as the hands come back, we're going to just gently take the knees now above the ankles. And your hands pressing down onto the floor. And that's just gently lift your hips, maybe an inch off the floor. And then release them back down. Gently lifting the hips. And releasing back down. We'll do a few like this, gently lifting the hips. And release. Lifting the hips. And releasing a few more times, gently rolling up. And down. Lifting up. And down. And each time as you lift up, see if you can go just an inch further than the time before. Rolling up and down the spine now. Giving yourself just a gentle little bit of strengthening through the back, but also almost a massage on the spine as you just roll up and down. So just working through the vertebra each time a little bit higher. Slow rhythm, like a wave just rolling up and down along the beach. The rhythm is slow like the breath. And then eventually you'll get to the point where you feel that you've lifted all of the spine off than you can. Roll back down. And then from here, we're going to inhale. We're going to lift the arms overhead and roll the hips up at the same time. And then slowly rolling arms and hips back down. Inhaling, rolling arms up. Exhaling, rolling hips up. Inhaling, arms down. And exhaling, hips down. Moving with that rhythm. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hips up. Inhale, arms down. And exhale, hips down. A few more like this. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hips up. Inhale, arms down. Exhale, hips down. Inhale, arms. Exhale, hips. Inhale, arms. Exhale, hips. Last couple of rounds. Inhale, arms. Exhale, hips. Inhaling, arms. Exhaling, hips. Your final time. Inhale the arms. Exhale the hips. And last one. Inhale the arms. Come down. And exhale the hips. Come down. We're going to start to rock both knees now over to the right. Taking your arms away. And then bring the knees back and over to the left. As if your legs are windscreen wipers, we're just slowly going to wipe side to side. As if you are just gently wiping away the raindrops. Wiping away any thoughts that might be appearing in front of you now. Wiping away any potential tension, tightness. Just rocking those knees softly side to side, slow and steady. Nice and easy. And then once you've done 2 more rounds, finishing on the left. I'm going to take both knees off and up into the chest, feet off the ground, hug your arms around your legs nice and close. Maybe you take a rock over the back. Just gently rocking side to side. Just rolling through the back. And then coming onto your spine, it's now take the knees above the hips. Hands come down by your side. And just step the right foot down onto the floor. And then gently bring it back up, knee over hip. Take the left foot down to the floor. And then bring the knee back. Right foot stepping down. Lifting. Left foot stepping down. And lifting. Now you can keep going like this. Right foot down. And lift, keeping the back now heavy on the floor. Or if you want to wake up and warm up the body, maybe you straighten the right leg this time as it extends and then bring it back. Straighten the left leg and bringing it back. So up to you, either tapping the toes to the ground or alternately straightening the leg. Making each practice your own. whatever you need to do in your body. Just a couple more steady rounds. Slow and easy. And then eventually, as we come through our final round, bring both knees back up into the chest. Place the hand on each knee, just give them a circle through the hips, just checking how those joints are doing. Noticing what's going on for you there, what sensations you've got. Circling the other way. Then we're going to make our way onto our front. So either you roll onto one side, or you can take just a very gentle roll up the spine a couple of times, keeping the chin tucked in and finding your way up to sit. And you can either sit cross-legged, you can go into kneeling if that's more comfortable. From here, the shoulders now, just take a few rolls around, having woken up through the back and the lower body, we'll make our way into this upper body. So rolling a number of times in this one direction. And then roll it forward. Often this is our slightly awkward, slightly more uncomfortable way. Keep the head steady. So you're just rolling the shoulders forward. And knowing that any discomfort here is only temporary. Take a couple of rolls back. Again, just lifting through the chest. Keep the head steady. And then let the shoulders come back and down. From there, sitting up tall, start to bow your chin down into your chest. Then we'll just take a steady little roll, side to side. Ever so gently. Chin staying low. Just rolling around. Keep it steady. And don't feel the need to overreach, overextend, just leaving as far as it feels comfortable. Until eventually you find your way back all the way into the center and just hold here. Letting the chin drop down in towards the collarbone. Let the spine extend and lift. And then clasping your fingertips together, placing them onto the place where the neck and the head meet. And just softly continuing to bow down. Lifting up the spine as you inhale, sitting really nice and tall. And exhale. Take a couple more rounds here. Inhaling, sitting up tall. Exhaling. Inhaling last time. Exhale. And then as we inhale, slowly run the hands down along the back of the neck onto your shoulders. Then bring them back down onto your lap. Start to lift the head up. Ever so slowly, take a look up to the ceiling now. Lifting your chin, lifting your nose, gazing up high. And then just let those shoulders again drop back and down. You've got your lift here, you've got your extension through the neck. You're just holding steady. And just taking a couple of breaths here. Or you can start to slide the hands behind your back. Clasp the fingertips together. And then draw the hands back. So you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. And lifting up your chest in your gaze. And then coming back to hold here. Really steady. Breathing deeply as you lift through the chest. Drawing those shoulders back. And checking in if you're flexible in particular. You're not popping out the ribs here. Keeping the chest engaged, pulling back in towards the spine. Couple more breaths here. In. And out. Last one here, breathing in. And then as you exhale, just take a little bow forward. Either hands to your lap or hands behind you. Keep the hips on the floor. Maybe the hands lift up if they're clasped together behind you. Palms pressing in towards each other. Just bowing here, a couple of breaths in and out. In and out. One more time, breathing in. Breathing out. And then as you inhale, slowly pull back with the hands. Release them out. We're going to now bring the right hand onto the top of the head. Just rest that hand softly. From here, we're going to gently bring the left hand onto our waist. And then start to lean the head towards the top hand, top shoulder. You can stay there, or you could even start to bring that elbow down towards the floor, providing a slight side extension on the left side of the waist. Keep pulling in with the ribs and the belly as you just hold here in this stretch. Slow and steady. And we're going to feel this in a slightly different place, depending on where we hold our tension and on our daily activity. So just holding here softly. Breathing full, steady breath. Maybe the elbow and the head drop closer over to that right side. 2 more breaths there, in, out. Inhaling, exhaling. And as you inhale, slowly lift back up. You're going to keep the top hand on the head. You're going to bring this back hand now onto the lower back. Checking your spine is nice and long. Now either keeping the hand on the lower back, or if you know you're gifted with flexibility, you bring the hand up towards your scapula, a little bit higher up the spine. And then see if you can pin this left arm back, as if someone was holding it behind your back for you. And then again, drop the head down. This time keep the spine upright. So we're just letting the head way towards the ear. And you just start to potentially feel this in a slightly different place now. You're breathing steadily, trying the head to drop, getting this stretch through the trapezius, through the arm. Keep pinning the elbow back, breathing slow and steady. Last couple here, in and out. Breathing in. And you exhale slowly. Release both arms back. We're going to bring this left arm now and bring the left hand onto the right shoulder. And then bring the right hand onto the left shoulder. And lift the elbows up and pull them forward. So imagine you were using your hands just to softly pull the shoulders forward and the shoulder blades apart. So just getting a little stretch and release from those last 2 postures. Slowly, maybe lifting the elbows slightly higher. And then bring the hands down. We're going to bring the left hand onto the head, so opposite side now. Same 2 postures. Hand on top of the head, sitting up tall. So to bring the right hand onto your waist. And then just take a gentle little bow of the head towards your left shoulder. Now you can stay there, the spine upright, or start to bring the elbow down towards the ground. And you just let the right side begin to stretch out. Try to keep engaging here, so you're lifting through the ribs and belly, sitting up tall, and just gently bowing down. In a shape like a teapot. Folding in. Just breathing slow and steady here. Just deep rounds in and out. Breathing in and up. Inhale. Exhale. And as you next inhale, ever so slowly bring yourself back up. Let's now bring this right hand either onto the lower back or sliding it up higher if that's in your anatomy. And then again, we're going to let the head drop down. This time the spine stays tall. And just let the ear drop to the shoulder. Just holding here steadily. Breathing ever so deeply through the chest, belly. Inhaling and exhaling. Keep the breath flowing in and out. Drawing in, drawing out. Last 2 here. And slowly release the head. Let's bring this right hand around onto your left shoulder. Other arm comes on top and lift the elbows. Imagine you're pulling the arms forward. You're pulling the shoulder blades apart. Drawing those elbows as far forward as they go, just to counteract and release that stretch through the shoulder. And then from here, release the hands. We're going to bring them onto the mat. Just take a little roll over your knees and step them back. And you find yourself in all fours position. So from here, spreading your fingertips. Let's take an inhale and start to roll the belly down to the floor. Lifting your chest forward for cat-cow. Exhale, we're rounding the back, tucking the chin into the chest. Maybe noticing already a potential change through the body as you inhale to lift the chest forward. And then exhale, rounding the back up to the floor. Inhaling, bring the chest forward. Exhaling, arch the back. A few more times. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, arching back. Inhale, chest forward. And exhale, arching back. Couple more here. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, roll it back. Last time. Inhale, chest comes forward. Exhale, rolling back. And then take your hips all the way back to your heels. From here, we're going to inhale and gently start to lift the hands up off the floor and reach them up to the sky. Bring the clasping the fingertips together and then shoot your index finger, your first finger up towards the sky. And then take a little lean over to the right side. Arms are wrapped up round by your ears. Inhale up tall. Exhale over to the left side. Inhale up tall. And then exhale, refold back into your child pose. We're going to do a few sets like that. Inhaling, lifting up to sit on the heels. Exhaling over to the right. Inhaling center. Exhaling left. Inhale to the center. And then exhale, fold. Do one more set like that. Inhaling, lifting up, sit on the heels. Exhale to the right. Inhale to lift. Exhale to the left. Inhale to lift. And then exhale back into your lovely child pose, extending those arms forward, wrapping them around the ears. This time as we inhale, we're going to lift the arms up and lift up to high kneeling. Hips come forward. Imagine you're thrusting those hips forward. You can pair the thumbs together here, it's quite nice. Spread the fingertips now. And then exhale. Start to fold back down to child pose. Inhale, we'll lift up, extend those arms up, hips forward, maybe turning this into a slight back bend. And then exhale, coming down. We're going to do 3 more like this. Inhaling, lifting up. And exhaling, slowly coming down. 2 more. Inhale to lift. And focus on extension up, more than going backwards. So feel this nice big curve through the body. Exhale down. Last 2. Inhale, lifting up. And maybe reaching back. Exhale, lower. And your final time. Inhale, lifting up. And exhale, lower down. From here, inhale, let's come up to kneeling. Back under the toes and take the hips back and up to downward dog. Spread your fingertips here, feel nice and steady through the hands. As you draw the hips backwards, draw the heels backwards, feel the weight sinking towards the back of the mat. Extending through the legs and extending through the arms. You've got 2 more breaths there, in and breathing out. 1 last breath there, in. And as you exhale, bend the knees deeply. Let's walk the hands back towards the feet. And yourself at the back of the mat. Slowly just hanging out here. Take hold of opposite elbow if you like, and just rock the body this way and that. Nice and soft and steady. Just bowing into the legs. Bending the knees as much as you need. And then letting the hands come down, push those feet down. Begin to roll yourself slowly up to stand. The chin comes up at the very end. And then find yourself standing tall. Floating the arms up to the ceiling. High as they go. As you exhale from here, start to slowly fold the hands down through the center as if you're drawing a blind. Bowing back down, maybe you bend the knees, maybe you keep the legs straight, that's up to you. As you inhale, we're going to all straighten the right leg. Bend the left knee and start to pick the right hand up to the ceiling. Just hold here in this twist. Lifting the right hand up, bending the left knee. Maybe you bend both knees. Up to you. If you can, straighten the right leg, go ahead. Holding here, a couple more deep inhales. And the breath stays slow and steady as you exhale. Inhaling 1 more. And then exhale, refold into the center. Inhale, change sides. The left leg begins to straighten, the right knee bends deeply. And we're just going to hold here. Got a hand and 2 feet on the floor so you're nicely balanced. Just reaching up towards the sky, twisting through the spine. Last one here. And slowly release back down. Head and chest folding into the legs. Inhale, now begin to straighten the legs, begin to straighten your arms, lift your chest forward, look up. Exhale, soften the knees, let's walk forward and come back onto kneeling. Untucking the toes. Take the hands beneath the shoulders, take an inhale, let's take the right leg back. And then as you exhale, slowly bring this right knee all the way in to find your chest or maybe even your nose. And then inhale, slowly take it back. Exhale, draw the knee in. Inhale, extending back. Exhale in, we'll do 2 more like this. Inhaling back. Exhaling in. Inhale, slowly back. Exhale. And as we inhale back this time, we're just going to pick up the left hand and hold. Left arm up by your ear. Right leg up level with the hip, pointing fingers and toes. 3 more breaths in. And out. If you want, inhale, reach a little bit further. Exhale. Last one here, inhale. And then as you exhale, bend that right knee. Swing the left hand round. Maybe the left hand comes onto your back and just hold. Checking you're feeling steady there. Maybe You can reach back and take hold of that foot. Just holding for 2 more. If you've got the balance, maybe look forward, inhaling. Exhaling, 2 last ones in. And out, last time here, inhale. And exhale, release the arm and leg. Float them back onto the ground. Sink the hips back, tuck under the toes, lift up to downward facing dog. Hips back, heels back. And then extend, straighten out through the arms and the legs. Last 2 breaths here, drawing up towards the sky. This arm is just gently tugging on your belt. Encouraging you up a little bit further. 1 more breath here, in. Out. Lower the knees to the other side. Inhaling, left leg reaching back, and then taking this slow, like those deep breaths. Exhaling, start to float the knee in towards the chest or the nose. And then inhale, extending it. Exhale in towards the center. Inhaling. Exhale to the center. Inhaling out. 2 more times. Exhale, come to the center. Inhale, slowly extend. Exhale, center. Inhale, extend. And then we're going to find the balance, lifting the right hand up. Right by your ear, holding for 3 breaths. Pointing fingertips, pointing toes, pulling away from the center for 2 more breaths in. And out. A long breath in. And then as you exhale, bending the knee, either bringing the right hand onto your back and just hold it, or maybe you reach back, hold onto the foot. Think about staying there, or lifting up, looking forward and holding for 3 more. 2 more breaths in. Out for 1 more in. And then slowly release arm and foot onto the floor. Tuck under your toes. Lift up to down dog. Extending the arms and the legs. Heels drawing backwards. Hands reaching forward. Breathing steadily in and out. Last one here. Inhale. Exhaling. And then inhale, lifting your right leg. As you exhale, bend the knee and let's bring the foot all the way up to the front. Bring the back heel onto the floor and we'll lift the hands up for a warrior 1. Letting the shoulders just perhaps loosen slightly, pulling in through the front of the body. So you're lengthening up rather than hanging out in too much on the back end. So bringing that front knee forward over the ankle, lifting these arms up, extending, breathing fully in and out, pushing the feet down into the floor. Inhaling, exhaling. Last 2 times here, breathing in, breathing out. Final 1, inhale. And as you exhale, send the hands behind your back, clasp the fingertips. Draw the hands back to your hips, squeeze the shoulders together, and then just as a humbly bow down. And maybe you just come towards the knee. Maybe you bow a little further. And keeping the legs the same here. So it's very tempting to bring the weight forward and lose the pressure on the back little toe. So keep the back foot pressing firmly down. Keep the weight even in the leg. And don't let the weight of the torso force you forward. Maybe the hands stay on the hips. Maybe they lift up and again we open up the shoulders. Just bowing here steadily. You reach towards the front of your mat. For 3 more full breaths in. And out. 2 more breaths there in. And out. 1 more here in. And as you exhale, bring the hands down to your hips. And then slide them onto the floor. And then we're going to walk the hands around to the center of the mat. Turn both feet to this long edge of the mat and just hang out here in a nice wide-legged forward fold. Restorative. Turning the toes towards the long edge of the mat. Spreading your fingertips. Drawing your hips back and up. Curling in through the belly as you inhale. And then exhale, folding in. 3 more nice deep breaths here in. And out. 2 more breathing in fully. Out fully. Last one in. Out. And then slowly from here, we're going to turn towards the back of the mat. Turn the back heel in slightly, toes out slightly, bend the front knee. Lift up, doing warrior one, facing the back of the room. Both heels are pushing down. Drawing in with the belly and the spine. Readjust the feet as much as you need to find that warrior position that works for you. Keep pushing both heels down. Keep extending through the arms, breathing fully in and out. 2 more times, drawing in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Last inhale here. As you exhale, swing those hands now behind your back. Maybe you change the cross of the fingertips so it feels slightly wonky, slightly unusual to you. And then draw the hands back and down, draw the shoulder blades together. Take a lift. And then as you exhale, got to fold down towards the ground. Same as before, hands resting here on your hips, or lift them up towards the ceiling. And then just keep surrendering, but without buckling in the legs, without losing that strength. So the legs are still pushing the floor away, you're still high through the hips. Bowing down for 2 more breaths in and out. Inhaling. Exhaling. Slowly release the hands. Walk them back into the center of the mat. Turning both feet into face that long edge. And again, just take a little bow here. And then as you inhale, we're going to keep the right hand down. We're going to lift the left hand up and twist. Reaching that left hand up to the sky. Holding here for 2 deep more breaths. 1 more deep breath in. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, let's come the other way, lifting up nice and steady. Reaching high as you can. Breathing fully in. Out. 1 more time here. In. And then as you exhale, walk the hands now all the way back to the front of the mat. Step the right foot back and come into downward facing dog. Lifting those hips up to the sky. Holding here, breathing deeply in and out. Inhale. Exhale. Then inhale, let's lift the left leg up off the floor. Exhale, step that foot in between the hands. Lower the right knee. And then just start to walk the hands back. You're finding yourself in a little fold over this front leg. Gentle hamstring stretch. Lifting those front toes up to the ceiling. Breathing steadily here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling fully. Last one here in. When we exhale, we're now going to walk the weight back, just slowly and steadily. And then bringing the hips onto the ground. Bring the right foot in towards that left thigh. And then continue this forward fold. This time, the hips on the ground. Just bowing in to lift the leg. Lifting up the toes on that left foot. Letting the head drop down and the back extend. Breathing fully and deeply through the chest and the belly. Bowing in. 3 more breaths there. In. Out. Inhale. And exhaling. Last time here. Inhale. Exhaling. And then inhale. Slowly sliding up. We're going to bring this left knee up in towards us. Straighten the right leg. And then just gently going to lift the hips. Roll over that ankle. And come into the hamstring stretch with the right leg forward. And then just bowing down here. Hands resting either side of the leg. Support you. See if you can bring the hip over the knee on that back side and then lift the toes on this front foot. And just hovering here. Bowing down for 3 more breaths in. Checking in the belly for 2. Last breath here in. And as you exhale, walking back, take the hips all the way back. And then bring this left foot into your thigh. Begin to fold over the right leg. We're coming in to this Janu Shirshasana on this side. Head to knee, Janu Shirshasana. Just folding in, softening the belly and the chest and the back extend. Bowing into yourself. Breath slowing down each moment. And then as you inhale, gently coming up, bring the right knee in to join you. And then bring the left knee up this time. Hug the hands beneath your thighs and slide the feet away again, keeping the belly and the chest sandwiched onto the legs. And you'll find there's a gap between the legs and the floor. What we're doing here is giving the back create a bit of extension. Keep lifting the toes and maybe you slide the feet further away as the body relaxes into the stretch. Breathing fully and deeply in and out. In and out. Just giving your legs a lovely warm hug here. Treating yourself kindly to this stretch. In fully. And exhale fully. 3 more rounds here. Breathing in. Breathing in. And then as you exhale, release the legs, start to roll back up. Bring the feet onto the floor, we'll take ourselves down onto our spine. And then hug the knees into the chest when you get there. Let the weight of the body press down onto the back. Maybe just taking a gentle rock side to side. And then still hugging those legs close to you, take them over to the right. Your left shoulder stay down, your left hand extend out to the side. Your head and your knees turn in opposite directions. Just closing the eyes, begin to soften down here onto the ground. The eyes closed, there's nowhere left. The body together. Hovering in. Gently. If the legs do reach the floor, you can then take the right arm away. Otherwise, keep supporting them. We all need support sometimes. Resting steadily. Taking full deep breath. And start to bring the knees back over through the center. Hug your left arm around. And then take them ever so gently over this left side. And relaxing here. Heavily down. As the body weighs down onto the earth. And when you're supported, you can just completely let go. Melting into the floor. Softening each and every muscle. Each and every joint. Every part of you. Completely resting. And then gently gathering the knees back up to the center. Bring your feet onto the floor. Let those knees pull apart. Back to having your left hand on your chest and your right hand onto your belly. Holding the hands here. Just coming back to tune into the breath. You rest here on the ground. Feel the rise and fall slowly and steadily. Those two hands. A slow pace of breath. Slowing the pace of the entire body. Helping us maintain a complete state of relaxation. It's vital we find a balance between our two energies. Too much of one or the other leads us down a path of imbalance. Underactivity makes us lethargic, unproductive, slow, unfocused, unmotivated. But equally, overstimulation, overexcitement leads us to be tired, overstretched, stressed. So it's important to find our balance between the two channels of energy. Find that central point where we're able to appreciate moments of calm and moments of fire. Be able to pause between rushing around and achieving. You can stay as you are or take yourself back to Shavasana, straightening the legs. Bring the hands up by the side. Lying completely flat. Completely rested state. Just taking a final minute to rest here. You're always welcome to stay here as long as you like. Only if and when you're ready to wake up, do you start to move fingertips, toes, take a stretch. Whatever you need to bring the body back into alertness, back into the land of the living. And eventually, you'll just gently push yourself over to one side or the other. And roll yourself all the way back to sit. Ending, sitting tall, and remembering that life is all about finding this balance. Allow yourself these moments of calm in between whatever else. I hope you have a really restful rest of your day. Take care of yourself. Give yourself these moments of peace. And balance out your energy. Thank you so, so much. Namaste.